Oh, good day, viewers. Welcome to Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And today is Sunday, November 19th. And we're getting closer and closer to winter. Although yesterday was a warm day. It was 14 degrees Celsius yesterday. And a lot of rain last night. Today is sunny and 2 degrees Celsius. Anyway, it's kind of a nice looking day, but chilly out. So today is our Sunday afternoon chat. And there's nobody around today. The fellow that sometimes comes, he came yesterday again. Anyway, I'll have to change to a Saturday afternoon chat maybe. Oh dear. Anyway, not a whole lot going on here today. But I'm sitting by my two nice stickers that I got. Nice stickers. And we got the fire on, and we got our lanterns on, and just sitting here looking at all the stuff. Tractors are quiet. The orange thing that you're sitting on is real quiet. Oh dear, one of these days I'll have to get myself motivated to look at the carburetor. Kind of funny, isn't it? Yeah. I painted all that tractor. I did a whole lot of body work to it. Brand new tires front and back. Chains fixed up. Weight box on the back. Weights and painted wheels and painted weights and on it. And what else did I do? Well, there's other little mechanical things, I guess. And here I can't even work on the carburetor. Anyway, got my coffee with me here too. And the coffee heater's working good. I had a little bit of trouble with my lanterns, all my own fault, of course, there last week. I guess they don't run without fuel in them. Anyway, this one up here, it went dry, and I kind of wondered what was going on with it because I kind of had to keep turning the wick up. And then I realized, oh, jumping, I'm out of fuel. So this one up here wasn't out of fuel, but I kind of had to do the same thing. I had to keep turning it up a bit. Anyway, to add to my lantern, kerosene lantern chat I had a couple of weeks ago, if you let your lanterns go low or out, then the flame is then burning the wick. The wick then becomes a piece of carbon, and if you try and relight them, they won't work properly, and the carbon will fall off, and your wick will be all out of shape, and you'll have a bad looking flame, and soot probably if you have it too high, and you won't get the light out of it. So if that happens to you, you then have to reshape your wick to the burner, which is what I did today. And they're both working good. But like I say, you gotta have fuel, and oh well, just my own mistake. But if you keep fuel in them and you're burning them, well, yes, they burn the wick a little bit, but they don't burn the wick very much, if any. Over time, I guess it burns it a bit, but and they last quite a long time if they have fuel in them. They'll burn the fuel and not the wick. But anyway, that's the way that goes. So, it's getting pretty hot there beside the stove today. I'll move around a little bit. I had a little bit of trouble getting the fire kind of going and warmed up today. But anyway, I guess that's the way it is. I've been kind of putting some wood in, and I've been checking them, the moisture levels of them, and mostly I think it was kind of like maple. And I was getting 16 outside, and with it split, fresh split, I was getting 18%. Put it in the fire within 2 minutes, water coming out of it. So, hard to say what goes on there. Same thing today. Tried a couple of more pieces. So then, what did I do? Well, I went outside and I took in a piece of that old poplar that's not too popular. But anyway, it was green stuff, so I split it. On one end, it was 18%, I think, and on the other it was 23, so that would be the end that was in against the building, I would say. And the outside was, I think, 19 or something like that. So then I split it and checked the center, and sure enough, 43%. So I threw it in anyway, and sure enough, it hissed and goes on and all that stuff, but really not any worse than the maple that I put in there the last few days, just trying that out. Anyway, it eventually burns, I guess, but whether it's moisture in it or not moisture, that's just the way it is. I don't know how low you would have to go in moisture so you could put a piece in and it not be water coming out of it. But anyway, and it just seems to be more so the maple. I don't notice it so much in the spruce. But anyway, there now. My son I got a little movie here from my son. He's putting Christmas lights up on his spruce tree. And he wondered how he was going to get the lights on it. It's been growing so much in the last couple of years, he can't get up to it in the top part anymore. So I said, get a stick and put a hook on it. So then you can lift the light string up around and just set it on the branches. So that's what he's up to. He's got the little Ford compact tractor, 1210 Ford, with the cab and the snow blower all ready for winter. He's got his the winch to turn it on a new switch, and he's got a winch or a power window motor on the top deflector to go up and down. So he's got the switches for that and all wired up. And so we kind of clear coated the snow blower yesterday. That helps make the snow slide off, and it's slippery so that it'll blow better and all that kind of stuff. So that works really good. I've done that for years. I take the Tremclad clear and I do all the blowers inside the auger and the chute, and well, it makes quite a difference in the way they throw snow. They don't plug up or anything. It works great. I put it on my shovels and on the MF14 garden tractor with the plow on the front. I also do it, and well, it's great stuff. Tremclad clear gloss paint is what we use. Yeah, I've been doing that for probably 10 years or more now. Anyway, we did up all his stuff on his tractor there yesterday, and You know, the cab is all good, and there's nothing wrong with the cab, and you know you can get right inside and sit right in the cab. You know, there's an awful lot of people that like cabs, but I was going to post some pictures of it, but I guess I don't have any. That's a nice little tractor, 4-wheel drive, foot throttle, lock and rear diff, cab. You know, there's cab on it. So I'm going to be getting it, I think, from somebody. Oh dear. Anyway, in a few minutes here, I'll take you for a little walk around the garage, and you can see that I didn't do any cleanup this week. None. I kind of got myself interested in that old Kohler engine over on the bench, and that pretty well took up a lot of my time. So I've kind of got I shouldn't have, but I kind of got back at it here yesterday. I was trying to get that centrifugal clutch off of it, and that's going to be a hard one, that one. All right, we'll do a little bit of a walk around here, and then we'll finish her up. So we'll just go right first directly. We'll go here, like we have to see those. Oh, there's my email address if you want to send me one. Look at that, the shadow from my studio light. I'll have to rethink where to put that, I guess. Can't have shadows, can I? Anyway. That's quite a hookup, that, boys. That's something. Yes, sirree. There's another tractor with a cab on it. Oh dear, I'm going to be in trouble. Anyway, here's what's going on with this thing. Broken. I broke it, but it was broke on the outside before I even touched it. But anyway, it all kind of come apart. I didn't realize how it was built, so because I've never seen one before, but I was pulling on probably a weak spot, I guess. But I guess I got to get something to get right in behind here, I guess, and not even on this. It's got to get right down in. If I can get a flashlight here, and I'll show you maybe. I got to get right in. Right in there, behind the shaft. The hole there is where the set screw was. So I've got to get something between the block and that shaft there, or that collar, and pull on that. Because pulling on that part doesn't pull on here because there are bearings in there. So that wouldn't really be too solid to be pulling on. The whole thing is no good anyway. But so there's what I got myself into. I should have just put the engine away somewhere and forgot about it for a while. Anyway, that's the way that goes. So what else are we doing here? Like I say, I didn't do any cleanup. No cleanup. It's a very nice day out. The geese are still flying over. I don't know what's up with the geese. They fly one way and then they fly another way and they fly, and they've been doing that for weeks. I guess they don't know which way they're going. Anyway, I got a new bar for this Red Max here. So I've got a 20-inch bar. So it should go about there. So that's what kind of gain I'm going to get. So that might be a little bit helpful going into the piles of the 8-foot logs instead of having to bend over as far. It might be easier to do. Might. The fellow I get this stuff from, he really didn't think I should put a 20 on it, but I said, well, what the heck's the difference? It says I can use a 20, so it's not like I'm going to be cutting 20-inch wood. Hardly ever I do that. Most biggest wood I ever get into is 12 inches. So what would be the difference if it was a 14-inch bar or 20-inch bar, and you're only cutting 12 inches, you know. Anyway, this one here that I've been using has got an 18-inch bar on it. Anyway. All right, what else is going on here? Like I say, there's no cleanup at all. I'm hoping to, I said this last week, but I'm hoping to have this area cleaned up here this week. And I'm kind of hoping that I can put some stuff from here up there that I don't use every day, stuff that I might use once every couple of weeks or something. So that stuff has got to move. If I can move that stuff, I'd have a little more room to put more other junk, wouldn't I? Yeah. All right, so what else was I going to show you? I got 2 batteries there. I've got them both charged up, so I got to put them away on a piece of wood somewhere. I'm hoping to get to these 2. As I say, I was hoping just to put that away, but I got myself interested in trying to get that off, and I guess I shouldn't have, but I guess I might as well keep going at that, because I'd like to get into those and get them out of the way. What else? Yeah, those are burning good. And there's my coffee. I must have another drink of that. All right, now I'll go over here. That's the lamp oil I use for those lamps. I don't know if that's, I guess it's not kerosene, but I guess it's some kind of oil for lamps anyway. And there's some of the stuff. There's part of the wick. That's what happens to the wick when it burns with no fuel in it and it goes to carbon. It just breaks off, and that's all that's left of the wick. So you gotta keep the fuel in them, and that's the way that is. Even like that one there that's up here, it wasn't out, but it was fairly low, so it must have been, and that's what that ash that I just showed you there was off of. So it must have been getting hard for it to pull the fuel up through the wick. So I guess that's it. There's my Sunday afternoon chat. Update on garage and updating a few things that I did or doing. That thing doesn't do nothing. And these old girls are just sitting here waiting. Oh, that fellow there. Oh, well, better not show that. All right. Well, windows are steamed up, so I don't know if I can get it. Oh, there's a shot. Yeah, well, have a great day. Have a great week coming up. And wherever you're at, hopefully things are going well. And we'll chat again at another time.